everybody, welcome to Garden Time with Belle. I'm starting out this morning on my screened and covered porch here in my Zone 6 Mid-Missouri garden. It is a beautiful May morning. It is only about 60 degrees right now. I have been waiting to do this project for about a month. The reason why it took me a month to get to the project is because, of course, I have to wait until it gets warm enough in my zone to plant out tropicals. And today I am going to be planting up, let's see, one, two, three, four different types of Coleus, which is a tropical. They need it nice and warm. And this gorgeous mandevilla, this beautiful pink climbing tropical. So it's all about how to plant tropical plants to really bring some beauty to your summer garden. So those of you that follow my channel know how much I adore Coleus. And so I actually purchased these Coleus plants, at least a month ago. I went really early to our nurseries here in town when they were just putting these plants in, and they were at least half the size that they are now. I can go and purchase hot weather plants like these beautiful tropicals early in the season before it's time to plant them out, because I can store them in a greenhouse. You all can do the same thing. If you want the first pick of some really great plants, but it's not quite warm enough in your zone, if you have a sunny spot that stays relatively warm in your house, you can grab up some of these kinds of things a little bit early and kind of take good care of them until it's time to plant. So it's time to plant. I thought I would tell you a little bit about what I've selected today, tell you about the varieties, and then we'll turn the camera around. I'm going to show you on the exterior part of our deck that isn't enclosed and screened in. I have a big, beautiful 4-foot long planter box with attached trellis, and I just can't wait to get started. So let's talk about the plants. First and foremost, the dazzler, the climber. I chose this pink mandevilla, and I am looking at what the tag says, and it just says mandevilla pink tropical. Okay, let me just tell you, where I live, I had to search so hard to find pink mandevilla. I probably went to 5 different nurseries, 2 big box stores, 1 retail outlet, and then 2 nice nurseries. And all they had on the mandevilla at the big box stores were red. And I definitely did not want red. I want pink, because look at some of the Coleus I'm going to plant. It's got pinks in it. So I had to really search hard, and ended up, I went back to one of my favorite garden centers, Superior Gardens. So anybody in mid-Missouri, Superior Garden Center is part of Rost Landscaping. They are very knowledgeable about plants, all kinds of plants. They take really good care of their stuff and get in some really high quality things like this beautiful mandevilla. So this is going to be planted in the back, and it comes already winding around this little support. So I'm going to gently unwind this plant, and it's got 2 stems. So I'm going to train it to go up the lattice work on the back of my planter. All right. So the rest of the planter, the box, is going to contain all these 4 kinds of Coleus. And I was very intentional in making my selections of Coleus because I want those in the back to be tall, and then step down another row a little shorter, and another row even shorter in the front, and then 2 spiller Coleus on each corner of the front. So let me share with you what the tall ones are going to be. These beautiful chartreuse green Coleus, and this is called wasabi. And let me just tell you, you know how much I love to propagate Coleus from the mother plant. So because I bought these so long ago, a month ago or so, in the greenhouse where they've been sitting at my greenhouse, I actually already snipped some starts off of these, and I have more than just these that I bought. Now I have extras for other places in the garden. So this is wasabi, aptly named. Every one of the Coleus that I'm planting here can take full sun or full shade. That's one of the beauties of Coleus. They do great in a whole variety of shade at a whole variety of light conditions. That's what I meant to say. All right, specs on my wasabi. It can get between 18 and 36 inches tall. So that's tall. And I expect these to get big. Whenever I grow coleus in my garden, they get enormous. And so that's why they're going to go in the back row. Then the next row, I am planting Kong Red. Hope you can see that. I'll get some close-ups here in a minute with the camera. Kong Red, again, I already took cuttings off of these Kong Red and have propagated some in my greenhouse for other places in the garden. Kong Red, let's look at the specs. It says it gets huge leaves. It grows 18 to 22 inches tall, so it'll be a step down from the wasabi. And it can do shade to part shade. Again, you'll see when I show you the planter box, this is east facing, so it'll get some morning sun, but then it'll get shaded from about noon on. The rest of the day it'll be in full shade, which will be nice. Okie dokie. And then in front of Kong Red is going to come this sweet little, let me see if this one shows you a little bit more color. See that one? This is called Main Street La Rambla. Main Street La Rambla, let's see, it gets 18 to 24 inches tall. And does it tell me about sun? Yeah, it can handle sun to part shade also, so that's great. And then last but not least for the coleus, aren't these sweet? And these really are coleus. Look at this. Oh, can you see that? Great Falls Angel. So this is a petite coleus in the size of the beautiful leaves, but it is a spiller. So I'm going to put this in the front of the box on each corner so it spills over. And again, this can take sun to part shade. So I'm pretty hopeful that they'll be flexible enough to take all kinds of sun conditions in the planter box that I've decided for it. What else can I tell you about these plants? I think that's it. I think this is going to be a fun, quick, easy project. So I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to go out on the exposed deck where that beautiful new box is that Alan and I put together last summer. In fact, I will make sure I link a video to that shows us assembling this. I ordered this planter box on Amazon last year, and it was easy to put together, but my husband is a former home remodeler, and the dude can build anything. He is so skilled. So really, I was his assistant, and he did most of the building, but he put it together. He said, easy peasy. So anyhow, all right, let's get to planting. So before I get to planting up my box, I want to talk to you a little bit about the soil. So as I mentioned, this planter box was brand new last year. I think it was mid to late summer before we got it and installed it. And it has really great raised bed and potting mix in it. That's fairly new. I only grew a few little things in here, a few coleus last year, and didn't really zap out the nutrients from the soil too much. But I am going to go ahead and add, because it's probably down a couple inches, I'm going to go ahead and add this Miracle Grow potting mix. Now, you know that I am big on using organic fertilizers and organic raised bed mix, organic compost, etc. and so forth. However, when it comes to some of my annual flowers, things that we are not going to eat, I'm fine with using a Miracle Grow product. But if you are planting things you're going to eat, whether it's herbs, veggies, edible flowers, I would really encourage you to source an organic product. If you're going to be putting that in your body, you don't want synthetic chemicals. You really should try if you can. And I've shared with you many, many great organic versions, but all the big box stores now carry organic versions of potting soil and potting mix and fertilizers. In fact, I believe Miracle Grow has come out with an organic version. I haven't seen it in my nurseries yet here in town where I live in Missouri, but I bet they make it. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some Miracle Grow in here. to top it off. And then, as I always do, I will be placing some biotone starter fertilizer in the holes for each one of these beautiful tropical plants. And then all I have to do is pack them in, water them in, and wait for them to grow and just fill up this space nicely. Okay, so I guess I better get started. So it's very hard to film and show you all close up when I'm filming up against a wall like this. So it's not the best camera angle, but I do think that you'll get to see sort of the process of me putting the plants in. And then I'll get a better camera angle sort of around front of this beautiful planter once I get everything in place. So first up is that gorgeous pink mandevilla that I searched high and low for. And I am going to place it in the back. And then I'm going to take the two, let me grab it here for you. So it has two branches, which is perfect. And I'm going to start to train it to climb up that trellis. And I've got some little garden twine that I might use to secure to the trellis to get it started. So this is the first plant to go in. right, all these beautiful tropicals are nestled in my planter box. So I'll get up here close to show you. of course, the beautiful pink mandevilla, and you can see how it had the big two stems that I attached with some little garden twine. That will disappear because this mandevilla gets, I think, 10 to 12 foot tall. And so as the stems grow and grow and grow, I'll continue to wind it up and tie it so that it will fill in nicely on that trellis. And that trellis is about 6 foot tall, I believe. So in the box, I've got, of course, those Coleus. I've got in the back row the wasabi that gets tallest, and then this beautiful Kong red right here with splashes of pink right in the leaves. That'll look beautiful with those pink tropical mandevilla flowers. And then I think this is the Las Ramblas. I mean, isn't that spectacular? So all that is left for me to do today is to water these in really well. The nice thing about these big planter boxes and really big pots, if you can have those on your property, they hold water really well. The bigger the mass of soil, the longer it holds onto water, but I do have to hand water these. These are not going to be on drip irrigation. These are going to get enormous. And so because of my experience with Coleus getting so enormous, I decided not to put these beautiful little petite trailers in the front. The Great Falls Angel, I have plenty of other things I'm going to be potting up for the summer season, so I'll use these in a different project. So I decided, you know what? This is going to get packed full. I cannot wait to give you guys an update a month from now. You know, follow those garden tours that I do, and you will see the metamorphosis of change in my garden, just like I'm sure you enjoy in your garden, starting fresh and then watching it over the summer. Coleus doesn't require a lot of fertilizer, but it is water dependent. It's a tropical. You've got to get water to all of these beautiful big leaves. They take water to grow and to stay hydrated, and the mandevilla likes some water as well. So anyhow, thank you all so much for hanging out with me today as I got to put my first tropicals in a planter. I cannot wait to sit on that covered back porch, sipping something cold to drink this summer and gazing out here and enjoying this beauty. So until next time, I wish you all happy gardening.